Hello, friends, and welcome to the second end of year recap that I did last year, and it was great. And now this year, it's not as great. This time, I'm talking about all the books I read this year. Last year, I read, I think, like 40 something books, which I don't even know how I did that. This year, I read 13. I'm tripping. Hold on. Perfect segue into this, I guess. 15? What? I'm missing 2. So, I read 15 books this year. Honestly, pretty good for how this year went. I have them all in here. My 2021 bullet journal. They're all tabbed out over here, except for the last one, because I just didn't do it. Oh, don't mind that drawing. We don't have to talk about it. I think I said this at the beginning of the year. I wanted to write little reviews for all of them, just so I had an idea of what I thought of them right after I finished them. And this is the first one that I did. Pretty good, right? Full page. Love that. The second one, full page. Epic. Full page for the third one. I'm so good. Then it got a little shorter, and then it was only this much, and that was the last one I did. So I stopped doing the book reviews in February. Consistency. I also gave all the books out of 5 rating. I did that for all of them as well. So I didn't do them at the time, but a few days ago I went back to the ones I didn't do reviews on and put a little star rating. So I will be sharing those as well out of 5. I'm also organizing my bookshelves. If you care to pan over, I have all my books from that shelf on my floor at the moment, and I have my other bookshelf back there. So first, let's empty out that bookshelf, add it to these stacks, and then we can get going. Okay, I emptied it out, kind of. I left my really big books on the bottom just to not put them anywhere else because they're very heavy, and I don't want my shelves toppling over because the heavy books are on the top, you know? And beyond those, there's these like really old books that I just got because they look cool because they're old. So I put those next to each other. I will not be taking those out anytime soon. So I put them at the least accessible spot, the bottom. Now, let's get into what I read this year. Okay, I will be going in order of the tabs here. So where is it in the stack? The first book I read this year was Shanghai Girls by Lisa C. It's a pretty short book. It's about 2 sisters who were in Shanghai, but then Japan invaded China and, you know, World War II things. And because of financial insecurity with their family, they are forced to leave, and they make their way to America, to California during that whole World War II era, and it's just being faced with getting to the ships, getting on the ships, getting off in America, and the whole process of getting into the country as Asians during this time, and also living in those, like, Chinatown and everything in California. Originally, I gave this a 3 out of 5. Honestly, I don't know if I probably wouldn't have changed that because I don't remember much. I remember I liked reading it. I read it pretty fast. Trigger warning on some of it though. look up the trigger warnings for it if you want to read it. But this is a fiction book. That isn't fantasy, it's just fiction. I like to think I'm a fan of fantasy and sci-fi. Most of the books in these stacks, the highest stacks, I have two actually, and they're both the highest, are both just fiction. No fantasy, no sci-fi, just life. I don't know how that happened, but it did. As I toss some more books over here, the second book I finished this year was, in fact, The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin. This is a post-Earth, post-apocalyptic, like end of the world Earth fantasy where the world is ending again. So okay, I call them like apocalyptic post-Earth fantasies, but like, you know, they're on Earth, but Earth is ruined because of circumstances, right? Yes. And they have really bad weather and it really messes up a lot of things, and this book covers when the weather is terrible and is killing people and starving people and it's not good, and main characters have magic that is rare and also prejudiced in this society. They're seen as dangerous, but the main characters are going through different stages in having this power, and it's just really good. I'll get to the rest, or not the rest, but I'll get to the second book later. But like, these books are so easy to read, and I haven't read the third one yet. That's gonna be this year, but I cannot wait to pick that one up. So this one, I gave a 5 out of 5. It was just really good. I don't even know what to say because I don't want to spoil anything, but it was. And this is a fantasy. Actually, it's a fantasy series, so it goes in a different pile. Okay, and then the third book I read this year was a part of that video that was like, what book series will I be continuing in the future? Which I will revisit, I promise. But that book was The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. Classic, you know how it is. I gave this one a 3 out of 5 because honestly, I didn't really know what to expect. I never watched the movies. I wasn't a part of that, okay? I was like 10 when this whole thing happened, I'm pretty sure. Or around that. This whole thing went right over me. I don't really know what to expect, but I wasn't expecting this whole thing. Don't know how else to explain it. Wasn't disappointing, wasn't shocking. It was a 3 out of 5, you know? That's really all I have to say about this. I don't feel like I need to give a synopsis. I think most people know what The Hunger Games is. We'll leave it at that. So that is the first fifth of the books I read this year, or last year, since we're actually in 2022 right now. So now I'm going to start working on these books again. Oh, let's just show you real quick. On the table, these are the books I read this year. Back here, okay? No spoilers. The other ones are books that I have who are written by the same author. So these are both Madeline Miller. Those are Angie Thomas. Then I got Celeste Ng, Mary H.K. Choi, and Haruki Murakami in the very back. So I just wanted to keep those together. That'd be fun. Those are all up there. Those will be put in their respective genres. These right here are the classics. On top, we have Frankenstein. Then it's The Count of Monte Cristo. Then it's Brave New World. Then it's whatever else these are. Those are the only 3 I can recognize by their size. And then these over here, this stack and this one, are nonfiction or memoirs. Stuff that actually happened. This is a dictionary. Why do I have a dictionary? I don't know. There's also some research stuff in here for Project What. I got them today, actually. This was fitting. I read this right before the pandemic started. Isn't that great? Isn't that great? I should read that again. It was a good book. Okay, anyways. Then that stack. And then there's a stack behind it. Those two are the normal fiction ones. So, I'm a liar, I guess. Fantasy and sci-fi are not my favorite. Oh no. Anyways, Those two stacks right there in the middle are my sci-fi ones. That stack in the very back right there, that's fantasy, and then there's another stack behind it that is also fantasy. There's actually 2 stacks behind it that are fantasy, because the third stack is only 2 books tall. These are all of them. Every book I own, minus my series is up there. Maybe I'll sort these by books I have read and books I haven't yet. Like, I'll keep them in their genres, but then I'll separate it by have and haven't read. Yeah? Yo? You feeling me? I'm gonna do it. Alright. They are all against, like, my closet right now. I think you can assume, and assume correctly, that the bigger stacks, all of the bigger stacks, are the ones I haven't read yet. Except for the nonfiction. I've read more of my nonfiction than I haven't. I don't know what to think of that, except maybe that I am a loser. Anyways, time to keep going. Wow, okay. So, the next book I read was Ripper by Becca C. Smith. It's the 3rd book in the Riser trilogy, and I thought it was great. Okay, this whole series is like a comfort series. I think I've already said that. They're just nice. They're good. And this is a really good book. I liked it. I gave it a 3.5 out of 5 because first person is already like, I can't really do it. But like, the story was good. So we persevered. You know what I mean? But I mean, I've talked about this series a lot on here because I've read it a lot on here. So, dystopian. People can live forever. Main character can raise the dead. Chaos ensues. Yes? Cool. Now I gotta add these to all these stacks. Why do I do this to myself? It's fine. This is sci-fi. Perfect. Next, another sci-fi. Don't know what I was on. Neuromancer by William Gibson. I gave this a 3 out of 5 because genuinely I had no idea what was happening half the time. This is on my reread list because, like Dune, my little brain is not able to process this yet. But that is basically all I have to say because I can't give you a synopsis because I don't remember what was happening because I couldn't understand it because I'm dumb, stupid. That is all. Anyways, a breather. We'll take a breather. The next book I read was Thunderstruck by Eric Larson. This is the same author who wrote Devil in the White City, and if you've been here for a while, or since I hit 1,000 subscribers, you would know that Devil in the White City was actually the thing that got me into writing. Once again, we can go down the loser path, but we don't have to talk about it. I gave this one 5 out of 5. Can you guess why? Can you guess why? You know? I love Devil in the White City. I loved this book too. I don't know what this author is on, but yes, please. 5 out of 5. I love this book. I love history. Don't hit me up. Then, a classic is back. I think this was in the list last year too. If it was, that's embarrassing. But Good Omens. Good Omens. I read it again. 5 out of 5. I've read it like 6 times or something now. It's a good, at this point, turn off your brain book because I've seen the show multiple times. I've read this multiple times. It's basically ingrained in my head. So if I need something to just read for a week and I don't want to take in anything new, this is your boy right here. Needless to say, I will be reading this again this year. I'm just kidding. Hopefully not. I need some variety. Who knows? The next book I read was this big boy right here. 3 volumes. 1Q84 by Haruki Murakami. This is proof that I read it. The spines are destroyed. This was a crazy story. I'm gonna be honest. I don't even know how to synopsize it. If you are aware of Haruki Murakami, you know the kind of paths his stories can go on. So just think of the extreme and it goes in that direction. But if you're unfamiliar with Haruki Murakami as a whole, I don't even know what to start with. So I gave this a 4 out of 5 though, because I love his writing style. And the biggest thing I have about this was that sometimes I thought the plot was just going everywhere, but then it came back together and I was like, huh, that's nice. But sometimes I felt like I was being led on a tangent for a long time. And then I wasn't, so I was confused. But that's what you get with a 3-volume set, I guess. What is this, fantasy? I guess I should keep it with the rest of the Murakami books, huh? Gross. Where did I put the Murakami books? Next book I read was also Haruki Murakami. It was Norwegian Wood. I read this with my friend, and it got stuck in the rain, so it's a little crusty, but 5 out of 5. Definitely pay attention to the trigger warnings, because when they say it has mentions, it means it mentions it multiple times. So great book. I got this at a Japanese bookstore in Little Tokyo in California, and the bookstore I got it at was mentioned in the book, and I felt very special, so I kept the sticker on. It's still there. Okay, we are back on fantasy, and we've only got 3 physical books left. The next book I read was The Missing of Clairdelune by Christelle Dabos. I hope I'm saying that right. I don't know. This is the second book in the Mirror Visitor series. I don't know how many books it's going to end up being. And so far, I've read all the books in this series from the library. So this is an uncracked book that I got for Christmas. I love this writing style so much. I know that it's translated from French, but that translator know what they're doing, I guess, because I love this series. It's so fun to read. So I gave this 4 out of 5. This one, 4 out of 5. It's just really nice. And so far I have the whole updated series, and I might just reread the whole thing before I read book 4. Just like one weekend, blow through all 3 books and then get to the 4th one. Perhaps. Kind of a fun reading vlog idea. Next. All right, next I read the second book in the Broken Earth trilogy. I always have to check the name for that. The Obelisk Gate by N.K. Jemisin. Once again, 5 out of 5. Yes, please. Oh my god. Oh my god? Question mark? I could reiterate all the things I said about the first book, but I will spare your ears. This one's just as great. The writing style of this story is... it's so good. It's so good. And I need to pick up more of N.K. Jemisin's books, because I know she has more, and I need them. And I need to read the 3rd book in this series, which I have not done yet. Anyways, gotta put this one on the top. All right, I've got 2 that are not physically here with us now, because this one is currently with my mother. It is Dune by Frank Herbert. As I'm sure most of you guys know, the movie came out a month or so ago, maybe 2 months ago, and my goal was to finish reading the book before seeing the movie. And spoiler alert, maybe, if you haven't watched it, I don't know, skip forward like 20 seconds. Movie ends at the halfway point of the book, so it's gonna be 2 parts. And when we saw the movie, I was exactly where the movie ends, so I was like, oh, I didn't have to finish the book. We're good, we're done. So I didn't finish the book before seeing the movie. I finished it well after seeing the movie. I finished it, and like I said, like with Neuromancer, I read Dune freshman year of high school and could not comprehend any of it. Read it this year. I knew what was happening, baby. Let's go. Growth. Character development? Question mark? I don't even know. But I gave that one a 4 out of 5, mostly out of pride. I could not believe I could comprehend it this time. And I don't know why freshman me couldn't. It seemed very easy this time around. Hopefully that'll happen to me with Neuromancer, because I do want to know what's happening in that. I'll give it maybe like another year to marinate, though. Anyways, next. This is also one that I don't have with me right here. See, I only got one left. But I read this one mostly for school. It is The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett. When I say I read it for school, they didn't assign it to me, but it was a book report project that you had to find a book to read and do the report on it. So I chose The Vanishing Half. Well, actually, I guess I didn't choose I put it up to a vote on my Instagram story, which link in the description if you care. I had 3 books up that I've wanted to read for a while, and that's just the one who won. So I gave this one a 3 out of 5. I really liked the writing style and I really liked the characters, but something about the ending just felt like it didn't really end, you know, like it didn't resolve. Like, I didn't think there was gonna be some perfect happy ending or anything, but like, it just felt strange. That is it. And I think I've already talked about this book. I actually think it was in my books I think will be favorites video. Well, spoiler alert, it's not one of my favorites, but it was very good. I did like it. Just the ending felt a little strange to me. And now we are on the final book. It's been sitting here so patiently, waiting. It is the 3rd book in the Mirror Visitor series, The Memory of Babel. Once again, I gave this one 4 out of 5. Love the style of this. Love how easily you can get immersed into the world. Love how the whole world building, everything works. It's so detailed and immersive. I know that's what it says like on all the quotes. It's like immersive story, memorable characters, everything. And it's true. It's true. I think I'm going crazy. I think it's like 1 in the morning right now, on a Wednesday night. And I don't know what I'm doing. I'm sitting here with a wall of books beside me, and I need to go to school tomorrow. Anyways, 4 out of 5. All right. Hi, this is me editing. I just realized that I skipped a whole book. Awesome! Technically, this book would have gone between Good Omens and 1Q84, but I'm gonna put it at the end of the video for the sake of convenience. It was Jeraline's Alley by Becca C. Smith. I was obsessed with her video about this book for a long time. I like put it on in the background every day as I was finishing draft 2 of Project What, and I thought, you know what? I've watched this video enough. I need to read the book. So I bought it and I liked it. I hit a little too close to home if I'm being honest, but that is okay. This one I gave 3 out of 5. Basically all I have to say, it was really heartwarming. It's really short, so I think I read it in like a weekend, and it's really nice. It was a really nice read, but I can't believe I skipped it. It's literally tapped out for me, and I didn't pick it out of my bookshelf or looking through while filming. I didn't see that it was missing. I don't know why. Okay, that is all the books I read. I am flabbergasted at this wall of books in front of me, but I think I'm gonna stop here for today. So I'm gonna leave the books here in all their glory. My mom's gonna freak when she sees this tomorrow morning. It's fine. Tomorrow, after I am done with school, I will finish this video and this organizing, because I still need to figure out how I want to organize these. And indeed I did pick it up the next day. Can you believe it? I actually did. It's beautiful. I didn't actually end up organizing the books in the stacks that I made. I kind of just put them on my shelves. I didn't really organize them by category at all. I just put them where I thought they looked nice. So I stacked all my Haruki Murakami books on one shelf together, and then my Mirror Visitor series I put on a different shelf, and then filled in the gaps. I kind of liked the dynamic between vertical books and horizontal books. Kind of fun. And then on my other shelf, the brown one near my desk, I decided to make an impromptu TBR list, which I am going to try and keep myself to and not pick anything else, just pick from this shelf in the near future. And if anyone is interested, I can go into more detail of this shelf in another video, but for now, it was just the books that intrigued me the most. But that is basically it. Thanks so much for watching, thanks for being here, thanks for hanging out. How many books did you read in 2021? Maybe more, maybe less. Still, you read, and that's pretty epic. Anyways, I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.